stop, we'll stop. Okay. Now we need to see some ID.
Why would you need that?
They're hella triggered in here for no reason. All I'm trying to ask is a question.
What you're seeing here is a First Amendment auditor that's made an entire YouTube channel that is in the efforts to try and get people to have a freak out in order to say he's in his right of First Amendment, in order to just piss off everybody. And this continues on, but let's play the entire clip right here because we're going to break it down because there's a lot more to this than meets the eye.
In the position where they actually have to back up.
Hello, ladies. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. How do you guys feel about our rights being violated at the U.S. Navy base right now?
We can talk about that stuff, sorry.
Well, my rights were violated.
Not when we're uniform.
Well, you're supposed to protect the Constitution, right?
I can't talk about mine.
But that's not a personal matter.
It is a personal matter.
If you swore an oath to the Constitution,
Correct.
that's a personal matter.
Bro, I don't want to talk to you guys.
Well, you should because you should because we love our military personnel. But you're gonna be in Auditing America at 3 o'clock. Okay, you guys just violated our rights over there, not you personally. I wish you ladies would have been there to stand up for our rights. Well, we are the bosses. We're the bosses. And you guys really, really messed up.
First off, I do want to say there's one thing I will say is that this video seems to have been older because the female service members that are in this video are actually wearing the rank tab, which still matches the camouflage uniform, meaning it's probably at least a year plus or older at this point, unless they're serving in some kind of expeditionary capacity. I'm not really sure about that. I wanted to annotate that the new required rank tab is the black color rank tab with the colored chevrons that has a different color variation that does not blend in. What this looks like are not serving in that capacity because they don't have a warfare device, saying that they are expeditionary as well. That should be noted. One clip in the very beginning of this video that many people have just brushed over.
In the position where they actually have to back up.
Hello, ladies. How you doing today?
So it sounds like from the guy that you saw in the camouflage pants that was in the backside says something to the effect of that they would have to be sure that they would be put in a position that they would be backed off or have to back up or back them in a corner or something like that as these service members are trying to enjoy their meal and just live in peace, essentially. And if anything, I would question, because normally anybody that's wearing some kind of camouflage pant or camouflage trousers, or what I'll call them, is they've been a veteran or they've had something like that. I don't know why this guy, if they are a veteran, would be like, let me come after the people, which, by the way, have no rank except for maybe E4 or below. You will see one of these with a third-class petty officer, which is E4, and I would tell anybody that is watching this video, you cannot go off of what an E4 employee of the U.S. military service member is going to understand about your First Amendment rights, and they were not working where they were at. And he says back there.
How do you guys feel about our rights being violated at the U.S. Navy base right now?
So let's go over to their channel where you can actually look at all of the First Amendment audits where he purposely goes to the entrance of military bases trying to cause issues with military, police, master at arms, and PMO, whichever branch you're at, to essentially try and get a rise or try and get arrested during this interaction. Which, by the way, from what these women look like, they are not wearing any form of a security badge to show that they would be affiliated with base security. They probably work some other job that's on the base, that they are not actually around that or have any say in how security conducts their business over there. Also, on top of that, from what I can gather from this, it does appear that there is a squadron, because you see it says VF. I can't read out the rest of it. If any of the audience that's out there can actually break that down or knows the squadron, please, let me know. But I will say on top of that, this guy says that they are the boss. Okay. In an indirect way, the American people that pay taxes to the military and how things are conducted are the boss because they're paying for that, but they're having no actual legitimate oversight of how military functions occur. If you want that and how military spending happens and appointed officials, that is how that happens. You're not the boss just because you have a camera and you can be like, look at me, First Amendment, guys. I'm really getting all the action out of these like 21 19-year-old service members out here, they must really know that I am serious about my First Amendment. Dude, they probably joined just for college benefits, a little travel, a little bit of healthcare, a little bit of money. You know, like, it's not like they are going to have any say in this, which I find crazy. And this has brought up a lot of issues across social media, which I think are quite valid. That's because if you see here, Jordan_Buffalino says, maybe don't wear your uniform in public and you wouldn't have to deal with this. And lastly, Auditor equals D with a camera that couldn't name the first 10 amendments, but is certain his rights are violated. And I think a lot of this comes across social media because there are various branches, such as the Marine Corps, where you cannot wear the MARPAT uniform to any off-base establishment unless it's an absolute emergency, which they are dead serious about. As someone that served with the Marines for 4 years, I can tell you, you do not leave your vehicle. That is a life or death emergency if you ever plan on it. To prove how serious they are, the MCCUU in this instruction says is a working uniform and not appropriate for wear in a civilian environment. The wear of the MCCUU is authorized while commuting to and from work via privately owned vehicles. However, en route stops while off base are not authorized except for a bona fide emergency such as medical emergencies, vehicle breakdown, or vehicle accidents. Marines and sailors may only wear the MCCUU at off base establishments when using the drive-through services such as ATMs, fast food restaurants, or dry cleaners when they do not exit the vehicle. Now, to back this up, these service members are not in the wrong for going out to lunch based on Navy regulation and policies, which I'll cite right here. They say the NW Type 3 is authorized for wear at all locations, commuting, all normal task associated stops, such as childcare, gas stations, off-base shopping, banking, DMV, and dining, before, during, and following the end of the workday. NWU's Navy working uniform are not a Liberty uniform. Wear while conducting official business when business attire is appropriate and participating in social events after normal working hours is not permitted. Consumption of alcohol in the Navy working uniform off base is not permitted. Consumption of alcohol in the NWUs on base is authorized as promulgated by regional commanders. The area or regional commander may further restrict the wear of NW Type 3 within the geographical limits. And so I look at this as a couple multifaceted ways because every branch where the Army, I think, gets the worst rap of wearing their uniform everywhere. And I'd say it's Navy, and then Air Force and Marine Corps is like the least as far as my anecdotal like observation of this. However, I do want to note that there are two sides of this because it is hard, because being a member of the military should be something you'd be proud of, should be something that is a notable, member of society that people can look up to and say, wow, we see military around here, and that should be some kind of like patriotic thing. However, I do want to cite and show that there's been several other instances where we've had military members just getting harassed by random people on the street. But what we've seen is that this polarizing political atmosphere has pretty much made them a target at a lot of these points.
You guys Americans? Are you guys here to spread sodomy or what? Isn't that what America's #1 export is?
So what I have to come to here is like, do you guys think that the benefit of military members feeling like they can safely and freely go out and go above and beyond to conduct their day-to-day activities and help with maybe recruiting in these benign entry points where people have seen people in uniform as a greater benefit versus some of the downfall of situations like this where you have pretty much auditors or whoever wants to come and, do their ambush attacks at somebody? Do you think that that is a greater threat than what we could see benefit from the people actually just doing their daily lives? Because I do think that's important as well to humanize people that are in the military. But because the end of the conversation is not with me, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Please let me know. But as always, if you guys like what I cover on the channel, hit me up over on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.